Just to be clear, a woman that's over 40 only who have kids only make up 4% of women who are have given birth. It's still a small percentage of them that's going to be able to have babies. So let's just not run with that and just telling women just wait till you're 40 when we know the lifespan of the individual won't be that long in the first
Well,
place.
no,
No, no, no. That's not what I'm
I
saying.
don't
That's
think
not
that
what I'm
younger
saying.
generations are advocating for women to wait till they're 40. What I think is kind of happening is that I see a lot of millennials and Gen Zers saying that they were talked to and treated like and made to feel like their parents had them as a chore almost. Like, it's so many people that I feel like I'm hearing their parents are like immediately ready for them to get out at 18 because you didn't have them because you were ready to be a parent or you wanted to. You had them because you felt like you had to. And I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with the millennials and the Gen Zs saying, I know I'm not capable. I know I'm selfish. I know I'm immature. I know I'm not ready. So I'm going to wait till I'm ready. I don't know why anybody would be pushing for women to have kids. And then you're also saying, why all of these moms in the club? Why all of these mamas getting their hair done before they go buy
Right.
baby clothes? Why is this? Why? Because they weren't ready. Like, they were immature. They were selfish. They weren't fully developed, like, to be selfless, to be caring, to be empathetic, to be nurturers. So you have moms walking around calling their daughters little bitches and stuff like that because they never wanted them kids. Like, I think it's way better instead of being like talking about like, oh, you need to have the baby before 25, knowing that these girls want to travel, knowing that these girls want to, like, that's, and here's the thing. Whether it's right or whether it's wrong, it's not even our business what these women want to do and why they want to do it. I feel like it makes a lot safer of a home to have a child and to be a mom when you're actually ready to be one. Like, I don't think that that's a bad decision.
Yeah.
So I
It's
wanted to
not.
jump back to
Yeah.
like
And
earlier in
I
the
wasn't trying
conversation.
to
Yeah,
advocate for women
when you
having
was
children.
when you were talking about the heteronormative couples, that you don't think that that should be the standard. What should be the standard, and what does that relationship look like in your opinion? And I had a follow up
I think the
question after you.
standard I think the standard looks like overall freedom of expression. And what I mean by that is like this idea that, you know, women are supposed to be submissive or that men are like natural protectors. Um, what I see is none of it is substantiated by anything. It's not substantiated by science. It's not substantiated by statistics. So let's say men are natural protectors, for example. So it's like, you know, ideally, right, you have a husband so that you can have a covering. And you have a covering in your home so that way if the big bad boogeyman breaks in your house, you know what I mean, you have a man that's already there that's going to go and take care of the boogeyman. But the truth is, statistically, that's not what's likely to happen. What's likely to happen is that the boogeyman is the person that you had a child with. What's statistically likely to happen, because black women specifically are 6 times more likely to be murdered than any other demographic in America, and typically it's with gun violence. That statistically, black men, um, media is pushing to black men like, hey, be scared of rape allegations, when statistically they are more likely to be raped than they are to be accused of rape. So,
Yeah, that's the R word.
oh, sorry.
Grape.
Great. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. But statistically, they're more likely to be raped than being accused of such a thing. But the media is saying like, "Hey, you still need to be my buck. You still need to perform." So I think it causes aggression in a lot of people, not directly, but like now I'm not with numbers. Now this is Kia's opinions have. So I want to be clear on that. In
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, in my theory, after observing the facts that I know, I think it causes aggression. I think it causes men to have misplaced anger. Like, well, if I can't be weak at any point in time, if I'm not allowed to be a victim because I'm supposed to be the predator, I'm supposed to be the hunter, and 6 years ago, an older woman or an older man hunted after me, I'm not allowed to be a victim in that because I'm supposed to be strong and I'm supposed to be a protector, I'm supposed to be a provider. And that's everything that patriarchy and white supremacy is telling him. So in a relationship that I would like is if that man, why can't a man be submissive? Why can't a man just say like,
Well,
"Hey,
you
I
both
want to take a back seat," and you take? I think it's just
again,
freedom.
those words, we use those words too much. We taking
What
too much out
words?
of it. You're both actually supposed to be submissive to God, and that's how you learn how to treat each other. Okay, all this submissive to him.
Hypothetically, if you believe in God,
Well, it don't matter. He's still there. It doesn't really care. Okay, that's the reason why people's lives are crappy. But the thing
Lock his ass
in
up.
your opinion,
this is okay, whatever. Okay, but this is the thing here. When it comes down to the unaliving rate, in 2023, less than 800 women, Black women, were unalived. Okay, domestic violence, and it wasn't all through men. It was some women on women unaliving, and also other family members and stuff. We got to start
according
running.
to what?
We got to start running. Man, go look it up. Because you're all about these stats. Look,
When you make a claim, you
okay,
when
all
you make
right,
a claim, you
whatever.
have the burden of proof.
Ma'am, okay, less than 800.
I actually got the stats on that. Like it's
not
the
a
crazy
lot. We
thing
gotta
is,
stop that crap.
I didn't claim that.
I mean, it's enough. But y'all
want to
have
know what's
like
funny?
900 women are unalive in a day from domestic violence, and that's not the truth.
The funny thing is the stats. We talk about
No, it's not.
patriarchy, but yet we're taking the stats from the same people that we say that we are against. Why? You got to ask yourself this and just logically think. Why out of all communities they got a stat on everything the Black community is doing? Like you don't find that a bit suspicious? You see what I'm saying?
No,
It's all designed to keep us divided and conquered. The same people, the same people we say as white supremacy, we're going to their institutions to get educated. We regurgitating their words. Before 2020, I ain't never heard no Black people say narcissists. I ain't never heard no Black people talk about toxic masculinity before 2020. That's the crazy thing. We are adopting their mindsets. You can't expect your oppressor to give you weapons to destroy them. War don't work like
and
that.
I believe that. But what I'm saying is, okay, so when it comes to statistical data, first of all, I'm not saying that every single statistic that you see, you have to believe. No. But what I'm saying is you have to read past the headline and see what is going to be involved, included in that study. There's a statistic on how happy people of demographics in different states are. Is there really a real way to measure happiness? No, it's not. Because today, if I feel like filling out a survey, I'll say, hey, I'm living in Dallas, Texas, and I'm super duper happy. But if I took that stat tomorrow, because tomorrow's supposed to rain and it's going to be really muggy outside, maybe I'm going to say, hey, I'm living in Dallas and I'm not so happy.
That's
so the
not
thing
how
is,
they
every
do stats,
statistic
though.
is not going to be substantiated. Like you have to literally read past the headline or the name of the study and see what this thing is including. And this is exactly what I'm studying.
That's not how they do stats, sweetheart.
That's not how they do stats.
That's not how they do stats.
What?
They don't
What are you talking about? That's not how they do
three
stats.
law firms that they use, and they typically use Harvard Law, Yale Law, and it's another law firm that they use to do statistics. And the crazy thing is, what most people don't know is they only do statistics on 100 people. So how you going to get 100 people to and it's not even Black people at that. Most of the time, it's not even Black people. So how can you get statistics on the Black community when you're not even going to the Black community? You going to they're not doing real case study. These are just these are theories and hypotheses.
This is why I'm saying you have to read past the headline because every study is going to say what it includes. Every study, or even most studies, it's ridiculous to say that they only include 100 people or that that's not how they collect data. I was using the I was using the state and the measure of happiness example to say that you have to read past the headline to see what is this study including. And if it's saying like, oh, people in this state are more happy than people in this state, really, we know already there is no real way to measure happiness. So we have to take that into account when reading a study. But when we look at something like the FBI crime report, and that says that X amount of women have unalived due to X amount of crime, I don't see how that is undeniable information. That is not a statistic that is based off of 100 people in one region in Idaho. That's ridiculous.
The Violence Policy Center reported in 2022, 763 Black women were unalived in males in such incidents. Through this figures is not limited to intimate partners, but all single victim male on female red rooms. And now from 2018 to 2021, there has been 3,991. That's according to the CDC, but of course, of unalivings. So again,
in comparison to white women, if you scroll if you scroll 2 paragraphs down, you'll see in comparison to white women.
Kia, do you think that your ideology or thought process would be kind of what's prevalent in higher academia right now? Would it be safe to assume that this is being taught?
No. So the thing is, I wouldn't know that because my particular degree and my particular study is archiving and library studies. So
okay.
I'm not in school to be a Scientologist or to be studying human nature or on things like I just have a specific interest in statistics and reading. So that's what I do. Like I just like it. So I enjoy it. So this is a hobby of mine. But when I do Socratic seminars in school, which is honestly not that often, it's not typically about these kinds of topics. Things aren't honed in. And also I don't go to an HBCU. Someone said that's a fancy title for a librarian. Yes, in order to be a librarian, you have to have a master's degree.
That's fine.
So the reason
good though. Yeah.
The reason I asked was because it seems to be encompassing like theory of how the world should move forward. Like when you're saying removing the heteronormative relationships, the genderless roles, and all of those things seem to be pushing the world in a specific direction, right? And you can create, so you can tell any story you like to with statistics. If you want to make somebody so
not if you read them correctly, you can't. I mean, but at the same time, most Americans read on a 3rd grade reading level, so they're not even reading past the headline. Statistics tell one story.
She's right. No, she's right about that.
Yeah, and that's true. And I'm not saying
you're not listening.
That doesn't mean that they can't read words on paper, but a lot of Americans do not have the ability to critically think, and this is 40% of the population.
It's only 18%.
So statistics can't just tell any story.
What I said. Damn, let me just finish the statement. Okay. You can create any narrative using statistics. So you can go per capita to say one group of people murders the most people in smurders the most people in America, or you could use the actual number to say this is the totality. You can frame questions or interpret stats in a way to create a narrative and run with that narrative. The same way, like you used the phrase birthing people earlier. Are there different types of people that have babies?
Birthing people.
Yeah, you said the birthing people.
I said birthing rate.
Birthing person. No, it was birthing person.
Oh, I used the term birthing person? That's just gender neutral. It was just gender neutral.
What's that?
So,
what's
another
I don't know, but I don't remember saying that. But if I did, then it's just